Welcome along to this video interview with James Wilson, former student at Open Academy, Sheringham Football Club player, and also now a student at Coastal Bend College in Texas, USA. Going to be talking about various aspects of the Open Academy program, what his experiences were during, before, how he got into it, and also what he's now doing now by studying and playing in America. So welcome, James. Thank you very much for joining and coming along while you're on your Christmas break. So
no worries, mate. Thanks for having me.
That's all right. No worries. So how long are you back for? How long do they give you?
I am back for about 2 months in total. So what, six, 7 weeks. So I'll go back on January 18th.
Yeah.
So I'll get quite a good time off.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, it's nice because particularly because you live away, that they do give you quite a large break to like sort of chill out and spend time with your family and over Christmas and things like that.
Yeah, 100%. Nice to be back.
Cool. Right, so we'll start with rewind right back to the beginning. So when you first found out about the program at Open Academy, so talk about sort of how you found out about it. What sort of like what appealed to you most about it?
Well, I used to play for FDL Rangers, which was I used to train on a Wednesday or something and play on a Thursday.
Yeah.
And Cedric was the coach of that. And football was never really a big thing for me back then, because in high school I weren't brilliant at it. I knew some of my mates were going to Durham, the desert school.
Yeah.
So it intrigued me, like the football side of it. But I never really had any aspects of going until Ceddy came over to me at training one time, had a chat with me, said he thinks it'd be a good option for me and a good route to take. And then he had a chat with another couple of lads, Jamie, Harry Filippo, Sam. They all, like my mates from high school, they all thought about it as well. And then we all just decided to go to the open evening, and it was something that took all our interest and led to something where I am today. So it's definitely
What was your so what sort of appealed to you about it? You said, like, obviously Cedric, who's the coach there now, talked to you about it. So what sort of things did he say that kind of, switched you onto it?
Just being able to play football every day, like the aspect of training, having that regime of going in, you do your schoolwork, then you train, and you train for the game during the week, and then you'd have a rest day, then you train for the game the week after. Yeah. And then you'd have like a fun day on a Friday. You explained it to me very well, and it drew me in a lot.
Yeah. So you said you knew, like, he approached a couple of other guys like that you played at FDL with to go. Obviously, did that help your decision that you had some like friends that you knew were going? Or did you know anyone else that was thinking of applying outside of that sort of group of friends that you've got?
Not really. I didn't. That group of friends were the ones that we talked about it. We made like a little group chat trying to figure out where to go. And I think if it weren't for them, I think I probably would have stayed at Taveram and gone to sixth form at Taveram, because obviously venturing outside your comfort zone and going to another place by yourself is obviously a hard thing to do. Even in Norwich, it's still quite a big thing to do for some people. So I mean, it massively helped that I had 3 or 4 lads that I knew that wanted to go.
Cool. What was your first impressions of Open Academy when you went there for the open evening and had a look around? What was your sort of first impressions of it, and what did you think? And did that sort of reinforce that decision that it's something that you definitely wanted to do?
I mean, the school itself is, well, as soon as I went through the gates, you look at the school and it's massive, it's modern, it's something different to what I had at Taveram High School, but it's definitely it's an attractive school. I walked in, you look up and it's just there, like circles, and you think to yourself, "Wow, this is big, this." And then we walked to the little room, had our meeting, and then they mentioned that our football lot will be on the other side, so we have our little own block on the other side. We just have our little football group that has like a little gym area. It has a place where we study with all the laptops. It has a little kitchen, which is pretty much everything you need. And then they've got a brand new 4G 4G facility pitch, which is, I mean, you can't complain about the bobble or anything, so it's perfect to play on.
So yeah, you talked about the football block. For those who haven't been there, describe what it's like in terms of what facilities. You mentioned there's a gym there, like classrooms and things like that. Explain a little bit more about what's there.
When you go in, and there's a kitchen on the right, and then you've got a classroom, one classroom on the left, which was, for us, it was the first years that are in there. So our first year we did our coursework in there, and then if you go right down the hall, you've got the coach's office that's on the left, and then another big classroom right in front, which is where the second years did their work. And then in between lessons, we all mixed. Sometimes we had gym sessions, so we went in the massive hallway bit where the change rooms are, and we would use the massive floorway to do, I don't know, we did circuits, so we did loads of different ab workouts, throwing kettlebells, balls, everything. And then you'd go upstairs and there's a landing, a platform landing.
Yeah.
And there's a running machine up there. There's mats, there's everything we need to keep us going through the week. And obviously when we had recovery days as well, it helps in there. So we'd do cool down stuff, stretching and everything, and just chill out.
Cool. So in the classroom, going to the education part of it, all of your lessons were done in the football block, like the education part of the course. So your sports science. Just elaborate a little bit on the subjects that you covered within.
Okay. I personally took a level 3 BTEC Diploma in sport.
Yeah.
So I think I got a distinction in that. But some of the other lads took that as well as business, like business studies or extra math, and they'd go over to the main building to do them subjects. But then they'd come back over, obviously at lunchtime, and then chill with us again. But if you have another lesson, you'd have to walk over to the main building and then come back. I took my classes in that one classroom, and then the teacher would come over to us.
When I was talking to Phil and Cedric about it, when we had like an open day, was the flexibility that you can add A levels to it if you really wanted to, which is obviously going to appeal to some students who want to carry on with certain subjects as well as doing the BTEC's obviously quite a lot of work for them, but if that's what they want to do, they can do it, which is obviously a good thing about the program. So like in terms of what did your family think of the idea when you explained it to them and said this is what I'm like want to do, what do you think? Where did they come up and see presumably they came to the college and looked around for themselves?
Yeah, it was mainly me and my dad that had the process. My mum was like, do whatever makes you happy in that aspect, and my dad was like, he always wanted me to continue with football, as he knew that was something I loved, just whether I wanted to continue it. So this was like a perfect thing for me. And we came to the open evening. He got to know Sedi quite a bit. So it's just something he was very happy that I was able to do and still get a good diploma out of it and carry on my education as well as playing football and improving in myself as well.
Yeah. No, that's cool. It's like it's obviously your family have an opinion on what you're going to do for the rest of your life, and it's good that if Cedric was Matt there as well at the time.
He talked to Dad as well. They're both very good in that aspect. But I mean, I don't think Hallis is there anymore, is he?
No.
So, but yeah, I mean, both of them were excellent.
Did you did it start any thought process about like a future career, sort of why you wanted to go to Open to then progress further on, or was that something that came to you sort of as you went through the program?
Initially, I had my heart and head set on going to UCFB in Manchester at Etihad for the whole first year, because I weren't playing well at football. I was a bit chubby, a bit overweight. I weren't really enjoying it playing. I enjoyed the learning aspect and learning about all these different things, like sports science and all of that. But my head was set on going to UCFB, going to Etihad and doing this talent identification course. I still remember it now. I went to an open day and everything. That was what my head and heart was set on.
Okay, so in terms of like what you would like to do as a career, as a job, did you have any idea at that time, or any sort of?
Yeah, I wanted to go yeah, I wanted to go into the coaching route, definitely towards the coaching route. I started taking my coaching badges. I took my level 1. That talent identification course was also, I like to go towards scouting as well. I like the idea. I like the idea of like scouting wise and looking at all of that stuff of the football.
Yeah.
I think I find that really interesting. So,
Yeah, and obviously with the program would, you know, help you work towards
yeah,
that.
massively.
What sort of subjects? Obviously, the football side of it's one, but what sort of, you know, things that you did in the education side would have helped you go towards the like scouting and talent identification and things like that.
Yeah, we did different within the level 3 BTEC, we did different subjects. So one week it'd be like we had to go out and take a coaching lesson like with all
Yeah,
the boys. So we had to go out on the pitch and deliver a coaching session. So that's one that's bringing you out of your comfort, like out of your shell. So you're able to
yeah,
deliver a
definitely.
session.
Yeah,
I mean, it definitely sets you up for being able to do it. We learned stuff about the body, obviously, but biology wise, learning about the human body, all of that stuff, more sciencey. And then just like different types of management, learning how to manage people, stuff like that. It's a mix, and it's brilliant. It was brilliant, and it helped me, put me in
yeah.
very good stead.